Hey guys, how you doing? So I actually made the previous video about 2 months back. This is me today in June, what is it, June 2020. And I'm getting a bit fatter, I'm eating too much, it's winter. But the origin of Wales in this video, Walia. It was the place beyond the wall. Now no one even knows this. This shows you how backward the academics are. It's the place beyond Offa's Dyke. It's called Walia. The wall country, the land beyond the wall. We see that here. Valor. On this side of the river it says Valor, or wall. On this side it says something else, like, it looks like it's stratite, or strat something. Now I want to point out some more geographical features of this that I've just noticed, which are really cool. So, in English chronicles of the Middle Ages, you see that the knights, and whenever they're rebelling against the king, they will retreat to a place called the Isle of Ellie. And the Isle of Ellie is a former historic county which was drained in the 1700s and replaced with farmland. It's basically a hill, a huge hill with a town, the town of Ellie, surrounded by swampland. So it was an excellent defensive position. Henry III, King John, and all this, they were always sieging the Isle of Ellie. And if you actually look up the Isle of, you actually look at this place here, there's a huge castle here, a massive castle, and look, it's surrounded by a river. Now, either that's York, Ibocarum, or because York doesn't seem to be here along this north-south line, or it's the Isle of Ellie, or he's confusing the two because it's surrounded by a river, by marsh. That's so fascinating. Let's have a look at the Isle of Ellie. So the Isle of Ellie looks like this hobby is taking over my life. I can't work on my diploma. It's such a pity. But this is the Isle of Ellie, and Cambridgeshire, and it's essentially the swamps are all the dark areas, and so this is Ellie here. If we zoom in, that's Ellie right there. Oh, it's going to be a long wait. It's going to be a long night. Better. There we go. Don't want anyone peering in. So if we zoom in, we see that's Ellie, the town of Ellie, and this is the Isle of Ellie, and it's surrounded by marshland. So that was an important thing in the Middle Ages. So you got to know the chronicles to read the map. But he's confusing with York. I don't know what the hell is going on there. Now you guys from Britain, there's a lot of you here, because you know I talk about ancient British history and ley lines and stuff, and Stonehenge and all this. So I'm very thankful you're here, because Britain's my favourite country on the planet. I burst into tears just thinking about it. You know, it's amazing, but it's so good. But anyway, look, we have some cool stuff here. Look, Isle of Man, right there. Here we have something which says Anglethea Insula, which means island. So I don't know what that is. Is that part of Ireland? The English part of Ireland? Is that how he's drawn Ireland? That's weird. Over here I want to show you something. It says Vala here, and that was my clue that, they're calling this not just the wall, but the wall country. The whole area is the wall place. So that would have given rise to the term Wales. And you look up the origin of Wales, no one knows what it is. But if you look at a medieval map, you can see what the hell it means. Because it says here, on this side, is a Valor. Although this is more the Cornwall part of Wales. But Wales was basically all this kind of area here that the British were living. The English pushed them out with their superior axes and tall people, and they said, "Hey, we're taking over now, please. Let us in, bitter." Please. They would have had a please at the end. They would have had the axe, and they would have said, "Can you let us in, please?" And the Welsh would have said, "Hey, it's all right. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye." So there's the ley line. Now, what else can we see here? I want to show you this. This is really cool. So there's actually I linked in the previous video, the top comment, the pinned comment, a master's thesis. Someone's actually saying there's a bridge, and there's the Pontus, the bridge. There's a bridge going over to Scotland. Is that a toll bridge or something like that for a lord set up for trade purposes? In the Holy Roman Empire, medieval Germany, you couldn't trade between one place and another because people were always... there were these things called robber barons. Every single baron would send out his knights every day to look for innocent traders and they take a toll. And they would use this toll, because their own peasants were too poor, they would use this toll to pay, to pay. And medieval Germany, it's like it's money, money, money. They'd lock up their beautiful blonde daughters in the tower, waiting for someone to pay enough dowry, ransom. It's crazy. But look at this. Muri. Muri is walls, right? Muri. Now, I've been able to read this. Muri divident Scotia Pictorium. This is the wall that divides Scotland and Pictland. I'm not quite sure how that works. Here we have the Gaels coming over from Ireland, and here we have the Scots. So it looks like, and this is quite interesting, the Picts are living here, and the Scots are living here. So the Picts have actually are hemmed in between the English, possibly, and the Scots. And in addition, here it says the Muri divident, the Angli, the Pictorium. So the Picts are here. So this seems to be Pictland, which is very odd because the Picts are usually depicted in the far north. But you look at the map. So here we have Orkney Insulae, the Orkney Islands. Really cool. We have something up top. I can't read that. You kind of have to know what it is to see what it is. Now, let's see if there's an Isle of Ellie. We have a vector, a Thamet. So this island called Thamet would be related to, maybe it's a channel isle. It's related to the River Thames. So Thames. It actually says Thames. Thames. And there's a river going in towards, this is the Thames here, going up through London, right through London. It's actually got a picture of the Tower of London here, quite interesting. Just the best map ever. It's a really cool map. I adore this map. It's a very nice map. It's a very good map. It's a very beautiful map. It's a cute map. And yeah, if I was into maps, I'd say, hell yeah, give me some of that map. Yeah. Yeah. So here we have something interesting as well. Now this is a kind of shorthand. Every chronicler had a kind of code. So I believe he is indicating possibly more or wall. This is possibly Offa's Dyke here. It's hard to see. This is full of shorthand. It's full of his little abbreviations, his strange letters. This was how nobles would write. This was noble writing. You know, look at the writing of the 18th century. That the Declaration of Independence or other scripts were written in. It's kind of hard to read. There's you still see lots of these S's like this. You don't know if it's an S or an F, and this was a feature of Gothic writing. Someone in the previous video said, what the heck is that? Now, that could be from an illustration on the page behind. But I actually think that's unlikely. This is parchment. This is very kind of thick. And it's long-lasting. Maybe he was drawing something. Did he draw a line in? Was it folded? Is there something going on there in Walland, Wales, Wallia? This would have been Wallandia, and Wales is a contraction of Wallandia, Vallandia. And this became Valles somehow, ending in an S, which is a very Latin thing to do. It's not really a Germanic thing to do. So that shows the wall was there in Roman times. And they're actually finding out that Offa's Dyke was there in Roman times. Wow. And it's really old. So Wales was called this in Roman. It's got a Roman name. Wales? S. That means Wales was called Wales by the Romans. It wasn't the Germans who called them Wales. There must have been Germanic people living in England. So we hear about the Celts living in England, but this is simply not the case. There seems to have been lots of Germans living in England as well, since primitive times. Here we have something, it seems to say Bristol. This is such a cool map. Such an amazing map. Such a brilliant map. I love this map so much. Lynn, is that Lincoln? Lindaria. Lindaria. Someone said this looks nothing like UK today, and it doesn't. They didn't have the satellite imagery, and yet they managed to do ley lines across the countryside for somehow. I don't know how. Any Scot people here? I think there are. Someone said in a previous video he lived in Scotland, and he was talking about some of the mountains there, and he said they look really weird. Here we see a later edition, 5th. I don't know what that means. That's his shorthand. You can see he's gone back and he's added things to his chronicles in later times. That was one thing Matthew Paris did. Dunbrun. Yeah, just amazing. Okay, so that's a little bit extra. And the Picts were living here according to the Latin. Correct me if I got that wrong, because I can't read Latin very well at all. I was the worst in the class in Latin. Yeah, guys. This is cool. That's what Wales means. You wanna know ancient history? You got to work it out for yourselves, because it seems no one's going to tell you. No one's going to tell you. No one is going to tell you. They are going to say, "Hey guys, this is what it is because we say so." And I'm finding out so much more stuff. It's just like no one knows where the word dog comes from. Dog, pig, stag. It's a mystery, and they all have to end in this og. Og is a gogmagog. Og is an ancient god of Britain, which is apparently, I'm reading, associated with mounds and solar alignments, which is basically the pyramid religion. So you have a dog associated with the pyramid religion, a deus og, the da god, the giver god, dog. This is amazing. Dogs are associated with this primitive, ancient pyramid religion in Britain. And what the hell is going on at Giza with possibly... Someone's going to thumbs me down and say, no, it's a lion. Possibly Anubis. But me and also CFAPS, we know it's a dog, but but we don't know for sure. Like, who knows? Who really knows? Maybe it was a lot. It seems to have been a lion in the New Kingdom. Even the Egyptians didn't know their own religion. Just fascinating how they blundered around, didn't know their own religion. And what we're going to do coming up soon, in a video or two's time, we're going to show that the English built Egypt. The English built the pyramids. The English did all this. All the English. And someone on Twitter was arguing with me and said, no, he didn't know a thing. You get argued with. I get argued with every single damn day on this thing. I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I love it. But you get argued with all the damn time with people who just don't know what they're talking about. They just see something and they suddenly object. It's like there's a built-in arguing thing going on here. And yeah. Anyway, but we're going to show how all the Egyptian gods are actually English gods, and it seems therefore the English and the Frisians were the ruling race of Doggerland, and they founded pre-Egypt and set up all the god religion. All right, cheers, guys. Woohoo!